Never do this in the NHL playoffs. In Game 1 of the Bruins-Panthers series, watch Giovanni Smith take a penalty for absolutely no reason, just completely stopping Frederic from joining the play, clearly an interference, and this is when things go wrong, because on the next play, the Bruins capitalized on the power play with a no-look pass from Bertuzzi to Pasternak to break the ice in this game, and the coach was pissed. Now let's take a look at a similar example with the Islanders versus the Hurricanes. Watch this Islanders rookie take a dumb penalty in the exact same 0-0 situation as the Bruins game, and then just seconds later, the Hurricanes also on a power play uses a set play for Sebastian Aho, and the NHL playoff crowd goes insane. Now, the common theme is that both these teams were able to score the all-important first goal of the game due to unnecessary penalties taken by the opposing team. Let's quickly dive into the Bruins game and see what happened as the Bruins went into the game without their captain. Well, the game would start with some intensity, with early penalties being called, allowing for the game to open up, and aggressive battles in front of the net for an absolutely insane first period. And well, as I mentioned before, this game would open up on the power play as Giovanni Smith took a dumb penalty, and the Bruins went straight to work early in the first period, and they would not disappoint, treating us to this amazing pass, an eventual 1-0 lead for Boston. This was the sort of start you expected from the Bruins, and obviously the Panthers had something else in mind, and while Alex Lyon made a lot of great saves for the Panthers, you had to ask yourself, how did this go in? Definitely one of those goals as a goaltender you hate to give up. Just a simple flick of the wrist by Marchand in a scoring situation that shouldn't have been dangerous, just trickles in and beats Alex Lyon on the glove side. This is a goal he's going to want back. Perhaps he wasn't expecting the shot to go that slowly, but it's a save you have to make. Now, in the one goal the Bruins did give up, they sort of beat themselves on the play, as this no-look deflection pass from Morlov just turns the puck over in the slot, and Tkachuk is not missing an opportunity like that. There were actually quite a few antics as you would expect from the Boston Bruins throughout this game, but perhaps not from who you'd expect. And so the Bruins would go on to win this game 3-1, and take a 1-0 lead in the series. Turning the page now over to the Islanders and the Hurricanes. For the goaltending, we see Sorokin starting for the Islanders, and Antti Raanta starting for the Canes over Frederik Andersen, mainly due to the fact that Andersen has dealt with injuries and Ranta's been great for the Canes this season. Then the puck drops and playoff hockey begins with big hits from both sides to set the tone, and the Hurricanes would start with a beautiful one-timer on the power play, followed by another power play goal in the second. The Islanders would respond with a pretty lucky shot. Ryan Pulock gets the goal, but it wasn't enough to push the Isles to the next gear, and the Canes would win 2-1, also securing a 1-0 lead in the series. Now, I didn't get a chance to put the Edmonton game in this one, but given the theme of this video, we can also relate what's going on in these games to the Oilers game. The Oilers dropped Game 1 to the LA Kings 4-3 in overtime by taking a multitude of penalties that didn't need to be taken. The Oilers surrendered 6 power plays to the LA Kings. The Kings capitalized on their last 2, and those were the ones that ultimately costed them the game. The important thing to take away here is that these penalties did not need to be taken in any of these games, and it ultimately led to the loss of Game 1 for every team that took an unnecessary penalty in the playoffs. But what were your thoughts on the first few games of the playoffs? Let me know your thoughts on the Joe Pavelski hit and anything else that you thought was interesting during the Stanley Cup playoffs. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you enjoyed the content. It's Cappy, and I'm out.